If you're from the 39th voting district of California, this is for you. So we got two different candidates this year. We got Young Kim from the Republican side, and we got Gil Cisneros. So let's talk about Young Kim for a second. She's an immigrant from Korea, entrepreneur, former California assemblyman between 2015 and 2016, but she's also the protege of Ted Cruz lookalike Ed Royce. She's big on small businesses, and if elected, she might be the first congresswoman of Korean descent. That's pretty big. But let's take a step back for a second and take a look at the numbers. Here's a breakdown for Young Kim. 41 and 6. When she was a congresswoman between the years of 2015 and 2016, she voted nay 41 times and yay 6 times. So here's some of the things she has said no to. She didn't want to increase the smoking age to 21. She didn't want pregnancy centers to give information about what California could provide. Another one that's been touching upon the last couple of years is gun control. And she didn't want concealed weapons prohibited on campus. So let's say hypothetically, if you wanted to bring a concealed carry weapon onto school grounds, you could have done that. And that's only a handful. Here's the rest of what she said no to.
Increases smoking age to 21, prohibiting sales of ivory and rhino horn, prohibits concealed weapons on school grounds, requires pregnancy centers to inform clients of state pregnancy services, prohibits unauthorized disclosure of confidential communication with healthcare providers, for the California Motor Voter Program, sports teams to classify cheerleaders as employees, prohibitions for use of handheld devices while driving, authorization for undocumented immigrants to be eligible for health coverage, increased ballot initiative fee, requiring the Attorney General to note ballot initiatives that may be unconstitutional.
And the strangest one she said no to was prohibiting the sales of ivory and rhino horns. And right now, specifically rhino horns, is used in China and a couple Southeast Asian countries as an aphrodisiac. And the worst thing is, since they're having trouble in the bedroom, they're literally making the species go extinct. But here's the kicker. Rhino horns is literally made from the same material as your finger and toenails. Which, by the way, if anybody needs fingernails, I can start selling them $100 a gram. Thanks, Young. But get this, the one that really irks me the most is AB 1676. It prohibits employers from asking your salary history. And let's be quite honest, if you're hitting your early 30s or your late 20s, you probably graduated around the time that 2008 happened, the Great Recession. After graduating around 2008, a lot of people could not find jobs. The job market completely tanked. Let's say hypothetically you were working at a company making $75,000. The recession hit, you lost your job, then you took up another job working half that price for about $30,000 to $40,000. You go over to the next company, they ask you what you were getting, you say, oh, I was making $75,000 on average, but my last job was $40,000. Oh, okay, so we'll just pay you $40,000. So you were locked in and they had you by the balls. So what did she say yes to? Well, let's take a look.
SB 1241 amends current provisions of labor contracts. SB 1069 amends the requirements for accessory dwelling units. AB 1732 requires single-user restrooms to be gender neutral. ACR 137 establishes May 26 as John Wayne Day.
And out of these, the only ones that I can agree with is her vaccination stances, and hey, if I have a really long day, I can sleep in my car. And it sucks that I'm saying this is because I would consider myself a moderate. Some things I agree on the left, some things I agree on the right. But here's the thing. I voted for Ed Royce way in the past. Just one time. If she is big on small businesses, she should not take Ed Royce's endorsement. And here's the reason why. Net neutrality. And here's the question. What does this have to do with Young Kim? People like me, they're starting up tech companies. We're talking about people in college and coming out of grad school that know how to write, read, and compile code. If you're going to Cal State Fullerton, Pomona, or Chapman University, or any of the other great schools here in LA and Orange County, the ISPs can throttle you, and Ed Royce voted for it. And that is who you're voting for, essentially. Young Kim is Ed Royce's protege. And here's the thing that scares me the most. A lot of older Koreans will vote for her just because she's Korean, not because of her business stances or her morality. And let's be honest, Gil Cisneros isn't perfect either. He's a former Republican turned Democrat, then won the lotto. But here's the thing about Gil Cisneros. He's actually fleshed out his plan. So if you take a look at his website versus Young's, you can see a more comprehensive plan versus a couple spark notes. And I'm Korean myself, and I would quite honestly love to see a Korean American become the first congresswoman. But I don't think Young Kim is it. As much as I'd love to see someone break through that bamboo ceiling, I just can't vote for Young Kim. Thanks, guys.